Good morning and good afternoon. The 30 people also for President to do the right thing, be safe and God bless. Today what I want to comment is most of what everybody's doing around the world is coronavirus, right? So nobody can stop talking about coronavirus. What can we say about coronavirus? Is a bad thing, right? So of course, it's a bad thing. Lots of people die, and it's very sad, and families lost their loved ones and stuff like that. So it's nothing about, like, in the sense of celebration and celebrating about anything, because so many people lost their lives. The only thing is about, and what I don't agree with, and what I can see what goes on around the world, is every country is copying others. They're doing similar to other countries that they are doing, opening some facilities, like building stuff, and some other shops and some restaurants taken out and everything like that. Some schools also to be reopened by next month or in the middle of next month or things like that. So would you trust that, like sending your kids to school or anything like that, we don't have no vaccine at all. We don't have no insurance of, we have medication for it. We really don't. Nobody can guarantee that. And would you send your kids? And would you still, if the government would open the doors for people to go out, would you go and do it? Or would you do the same things what we used to do? So that's what I would like to know, if people will be doing the same things what they used to be, or even if the government say, do you know what, it's okay, you guys can go out, do whatever you have to do, and just be vigilant and be careful what you're doing. Would you still do it? I mean, I can see a lot of people is on the streets still, a lot of people in the parks today, moving about, doing the same things like nothing is happening. But the only thing is, they're not realizing, until things doesn't happen to you, nobody realizes anything of what goes on, because it's like whatever is going on, whatever happens to other people, you think it might not happen to you, you might not come to you, you might not get to one of your families or things like that. So this is the way of some people that might thinking that way, but this is the wrong thing to be thinking about that. Coronavirus still gonna keep going. It's not gonna finish until they found, or they will find, a vaccine for it. That when is gonna happen, nobody knows it. And I also don't think this is gonna happen until for the following year. Until next year, this coronavirus is still gonna go on through this year and the whole year. Would you go on holidays? Would you go to other countries even if you were to open? Some people do, maybe, and some others, not chance. So, but yeah, a lot of countries, they're open for people to go and things like that. All around Europe, around other places, is much worse. UK is some cases, lots of cases, over 30,000 people died. Do we know if it's everything about coronavirus? I mean, people, they're dying, and of course people die every day. But do we know it's about coronavirus? But who knows it? Because these days they can put that as coronavirus. So everything, it could be about coronavirus. If somebody can die for natural causes and all kind of stuff, or probably old age, or probably something else, are the people including all of it and blaming this coronavirus for dying people and blaming the government? Which that's most what other people and the opposite people would like to do, blaming things in government. Also, ourselves, people, the communities, they like to look into the government, what the government is going to do, what this, what that. I mean, everything is not about the government. What they're going to do is they're telling you just to be careful. They're telling you just being, if you go out, just give the space to everyone and all kind of stuff. Wear a mask, which people, they say using mask and not using it, it doesn't do anything. I don't know about that. It's better to use a mask than not using it. That's my opinion. Gloves. Is it okay to wear gloves and all kind of stuff? I mean, yes, as long as you dispose it after you finish it. The only thing is you're using the gloves and other people's not using the gloves, and goes in back and forward. So I think it's the same thing. Using gloves and not using it is most of the same thing. So are you going out? What about your clothes? What about, things like that? Because that's something about your clothes. You just take your gloves, you take your mask. But when you get home, do you go and change it? In the Philippines, we do. Actually, on the Philippines, when I go out and all kind of stuff, I was changing, all the time when you're coming in and all kind of stuff. Because if you have kids and if you have babies and all kind of stuff, and then they remind you, don't come into the house, go and change, go and have a shower and all kind of stuff. So a lot of people in the Philippines, they're doing it. That are we doing over here in UK? I don't think so. But that's the thing about it. This coronavirus is not going to finish. This is not going to stop really soon. And from now on is much more for us to see, because this is not finished yet. Not this coronavirus. If it's not this coronavirus, it's going to be other things is going to come up. So definitely positive, and for a lot of countries around Asia, we have a lot of things to deal with coming through. Now 2020, going through 2020 upwards, we're going to see more disasters going around the world and most of every country. It's scary, yes, but it's not going to finish. Philippines is opening the doors today on the 16th to some parts and some people they are still in quarantine and like lockdown and things like that. But we don't know how many cases we have in the Philippines. We just have the ones who has been shown on the news, but it could have much more cases on the Philippines than we think we have. Opening the doors is going to bring much more chaos. We have now more people outside in the streets, more chances we can get it and all that kind of stuff. Being afraid of it, not really. It doesn't matter you're afraid or not. It doesn't matter in anything. It doesn't matter how much you try to protect yourself. It doesn't. It's good. I'm not saying it's not. You can be cautious. You can be whatever. But also is in God's will. Because if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it, and there's nothing you can do. Some people, they are saying other people die because and it was not their time and all kind of stuff. I do feel sorry for what, all the losses and people died and everything, but all of us, we have a time. All of us, we have, our time is written, and how we're going to die, and how and when, and with what. So sickness or whatever this and that, so our time is already written. So that we cannot escape from it. Myself, when I was in the Philippines, I was not afraid of anything, because it's nothing to be afraid of if you trust in God. And if you thinking all this and that and all the time talking about it, you're just attracting it. You're not doing anything else except attracting it and put things in your mind. That's it. And you just walk. All of us, we are here, coronavirus or not coronavirus, we're here on this planet. All the humans is on this planet, walking by luck every day. Walking by luck and God's time and God's will to give you that kind of time, and who knows it. So any of us can go anytime. So this is most of what I wanted to say, and put it up there to people. Like, yes, look after yourselves, look after your families, really good. Opening the doors to everyone. We cannot be locked out forever. But remember, we don't have no vaccine for this virus. So this is going to roll over, and it's going to continue rolling over, and then probably might come again to another shutdown all over the world again. Because if there's no vaccine to kill this virus, of course, every human on this planet should know that can roll over anytime to anywhere, and is going to go into, again, a lockdown, and then that's it. So this is what I wanted most to say today. Just look after yourselves. Take care of yourselves, whatever you're going to. Use masks, which I do think it does help in a lot of things and stuff like that. But just look after yourselves, look after your family. And lockdown in the Philippines, it has been much more harder than anything else, because of people cannot work, money-wise and things like that. Yeah, I know our president has been giving money to the poor, but not all the poor got that money. and is like bad categories, and that's not fair in a lot of things, because a lot of people didn't need it and they didn't get it. So corruption still, when it comes to that, a lot of corruption for the people who's dispatching the money, still most of them their pockets, and that's it. For now, the 30 people, also for President the 30, do the right thing, be safe, God bless, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.